Okay.
But yeah, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I was outside the hostel. He came with his little sister, and they walked me. And it's just like the classic exchange, like, hey, hi, good.
Yeah.
This little, dance. And we walked to his place. Everything was normal. Everything was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm excited. The door opened. Little apartment. They kind of parted ways.
Who?
The little girl, his sister. So there's the guy about my age who's like my kind of invite. Like, he's the one that said, like, yes, you can come with my family.
Yeah.
So there's him. He's like 21.
Have you heard the new Rahbadin Journey album?
Yeah. He's like, okay.
Sure.
There's this little sister. They walk in, and they kind of just split. They go to different sides of the room. Okay, the mom comes and greets me.
Okay.
I don't see a dad. Mom greets me. She moves out of the way to the side. And there's like a doorway inside I'm like walking in this home. Out of a doorway comes a girl who's in a white silk. I mean, it is a silk dress. Like, this thing's shining.
How old? What are we talking?
At first,
7,
I thought... At first, I thought high teens. Turns out she's like low 20s.
Okay.
And the dress is like embroidered, yeah, in gold. I noticed immediately she had like
silk dress.
Embroidered in gold. She had
Clean.
flowers, very clean. She had fresh flowers in her hair. Not
like Midsommar?
Not like, when you see those fake flowers, like those are it's like kind of cheesy. No, these were like someone plucked these things. Like, these are fresh flowers, yellow.
Yeah.
I remember because she had black hair. No, like
they made her
a crown. Wow. A crown. And I remember because there was a contrast. She had long black hair, kind of went down to like her hips type thing. And immediately, you can tell when someone spent time on their appearance, and a lot of time. Like, not just like I'm throwing on my wrinkly polo. Like, no, like hour, 2 hours, something.
I'm looking good.
I'm looking good.
Who is she? You know who she is?
Well, she's like presumably part of this family.
Okay.
And then it kind of clicked. They're like, wait a second. Like, there's some symbolic presentation going on here. Like, the family separated.
The little sister's not dressed like that.
No.
Is the mom?
No. The mom's like in cooking gear. She's got like an apron on. She's like working. They're in their jalabas, which is like the men wear the jalaba. It's like the Muslim dress. Like, the guy was in it. The little girl was in one, but it was just like a little cotton one with like, might have had some stains on it. This one was like distinctly like you could walk down the aisle in this thing. And that's kind of what it was. That's how I know. I was like, you don't wear a flower crown for sport. Like, I get it's a holiday. And I really knew once like she greeted me, and I'm like, oh, this is a warm greeting.
What do you mean?
Warm.
What do you mean?
Like, typically,
like, what's going
in that
on?
country,
Is what I'm saying.
Like, I walk in and she like hugs me and kisses me, or yeah, like we embrace, and then she leads me into a room. I take off my shoes. Everybody takes off their shoes. They go into the side room, and there's just like a full spread of cakes and dips and little nuts and this and tea, and she sits me down and she just starts serving me. The girl,
the white dress girl.
Yeah.
What's her name? Do you know?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
And yeah, just it didn't take too long to be like, wait a second, like this is not just
what's going on.
Well, they're essentially offering.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
They're offering her to you.
They're offering their daughter. And I came over for the feast. So the feast
I'm just here for dinner.
Yeah. Like, I would have found a better polo.
I might have bought something.
I would have brushed my teeth at least. So I sit down and I'm like eating this cake and I'm like trying to navigate. I'm like, okay, wait a second. How do we do this? Like, she's sitting beside me. Like, I drink a little bit of my tea and it just like fills up really quick. Like, the thing just keeps filling. I'm like,
alcoholic? Non-alcoholic?
No, non-alcoholic. Never alcohol. But like, just like, I'm getting great service. Like, when you see a cake and you're like, I want that slice, I'd get that slice every time. She would put it right in front of me as soon as I finished. Like, if my plate was bare, there'd be something there seconds later. And she was bringing stuff from the kitchen as we finished things. Wow. It was like a hot cake out of the oven. So she was prepping for this. Not only was she like getting dressed, like she was cooking things this morning.
How long in advance of this meal had you got the invite?
I got it Friday night, and this was Sunday morning.
So they had a day,
They
a
kind
full
of had a
day,
day, like, okay.
a night to sleep on it, and a full day to prepare. Mm-hmm. I mean, what was she going to do if you hadn't been there?
Probably just normal stuff. Like,
you think they were just like, oh shit, our good luck. Fucking,
Zane from
Norma
Montana.
Jean is like, it's our time. We've been waiting for it, but now it's our time.
ticket. I don't know what they're thinking.
Zane from Montana. Zane from a place called Mountains.
A place called
just
Mountains.
like us.
Yeah, this is perfect. He's 23. She was around that age. He seems normal enough.
Oh, what great prospects.
Yeah,
He seems normal enough.
normal enough. He's got a blue passport.
It's one of the good
Well,
countries.
that's what it came. That's where the story goes. So I'm trying to navigate. It's hard to get comfortable in that scenario when you're being served and you're like, I'm just a normal dude. Like, I'm a backpacker. Like, I'm used to scrounging by, and like next thing you know, you're a little chic. Like, you're getting served like a king. It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's
like I
guys,
can like cut my own slice.
I'm
like
good.
I don't need to like
Don't. Yeah.
peel.
You're
I can
getting
peel my own
comfortable, I'm
orange.
fine. Yeah.
Like hand that thing over and give me a knife. Like I can get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is all happening, and the neighborhood butcher came in with his sharp knives. And by the way, it's scary because he's doing like...
Wait, they hadn't already...
It happened mid-show. It was like halftime show.
During dinner, they're going to kill the thing?
This is like lunchtime. So like it's like we're snacking, we're doing... They haven't... So that's why we're not eating any meat yet.
It's like the equivalent of like, hey, we're snacking. Let's put the lobsters in the fucking...
Right.
Because we're going to eat in about 4 hours.
Yes. Like, let's start this. But instead of like just putting lobsters in like boiling water or something, it's like a butcher walks in. For some reason, he was wearing white clothes. I didn't get it. Maybe it's symbolic, but like, hey man, like your clothes are stained now. You can't wear those again.
Stained with what?
Blood.
With blood. Oh, yeah.
His shoes, everything, man. And then he just drags the goat out, and you can just tell like it's not his first rodeo. Like he's dragging that thing. He doesn't really care. He's got the next one to do. And I want to say they're supposed to do a prayer. It was all kind of rushed. I was like, what's going on? And then there goes the head. And then quick skinning.
You
and
just fucking...
first slit the throat, and they kind of give it a second to like, yeah, it does like this little thing. And you're like, oh, you kind of like wince, but everybody else is like, sweet, meat for the week. That's how you got to reframe this thing. It's like, yeah, they're killing a cute animal, but also like...
No one else is weirded out by it.
Nobody else. I mean, like I said, there's that little girl, and she was like right up there, front line ticket. Like she was like not flinching at all. And it's making sounds and stuff. So I did this in Sardinia too, but it's just like totally like, hey, like this is, how else do you get meat? Like, and thinking of it like that, like that's probably better than going to Costco or Walmart and buying something that's been in a plant. Like at least they're connected to know like this is how you get meat. So, but I didn't really understand why they did it in the kitchen. That was kind of funny. It's like, hey, there's probably better. Yeah, it's like now we have to clean this,
dude.
Because also like shits while you're like cutting it. It's like
shits.
Yeah, it's shit all over, like
Makes
all over.
Sense.
I remember
I wouldn't have expected
sandals,
it, but makes sense.
On his sandals, I'm like, and he didn't even like flinch. He's just like, there's just a little more on the sandals now. But it made a mess, and it's like, shouldn't we have taken this maybe like outside? But then you want it close, like the kitchen, and I guess I don't know. They chopped the hooves, the head. I guess that got delivered at some point to the barbecue guys.
Go grill that shit up.
Go grill that up
Bring
so
it
we
back.
can have it. Because the meat, so they hang the meat, and they're like, okay, now it needs some time to detensify. Like you can't eat the meat right away because it's the hormones. There's too much hormones in the meat, so it doesn't taste good. It's too tense. So you let it sit for a while.
Yeah.
So that's going on. Like, that was like a halftime show. Like we all left the couch, watched it in the kitchen, and then came back. And then it became a thing of, well, they said they want to go to the mosque. I'm like, okay, that's like what we do midday. Like,
Is this like a prayer as part of
yeah,
the
that's what I
Eid?
thought. Because I heard like you go at certain points of the day on Eid, it's important to go to the mosque. And so I was down.
Christmas prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in, by the way, I'm in like a jalaba at this point.
Yeah.
Like they gave me, some garments to wear. So I'm fully in. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go to the mosque, especially when I'm looking like this. Like I got my little, I got a dress on.
Yeah.
I'm looking pretty fly. Like it's better than my polo. And something felt off though. And I don't know what gave it away, but I'd be like, let me just call my friend real quick.
So you think they're giving her to you?
It's
But do they say like? Do they say
it's
anything?
like they did everything but say that. So it's like she's sitting by me, she's serving me. They're sitting on the other side. They're all giggling. You know, they're speaking in the I forget the name, but so it's like there's a Moroccan dialect of Arabic.
Okay.
And you don't understand what they're saying, but in those scenarios, like I understand what you're saying. Like you guys aren't just giggling, looking at us like that for just giggling to look at us
at
like
these
that.
lovebirds.
Yeah.
You know how they are. Young love,
Just
man.
like young love at first sight.
Jesus.
And so I called my buddy just to kind of clarify the situation, who speaks the language, and I handed the phone to the guy in the room. They talked, took my phone back, and the guy's like, "Hey, you're going to the mosque right now to convert to Islam?" And I go, "No, I'm going to go say a few prayers." He goes, "No, the guy is saying that you're going to convert to Islam so that, I mean, because you need to convert to Islam before you marry his sister is what he's saying." He's like, "Oh yeah, and you're like, what's going on there?" I'm like, "Wait a second. Like, A, I'm not converting to Islam right now. Like, let me do some research. B, I'm definitely not marrying his sister. She's cute and the cakes were incredible. But like, it's like, you know."
No, has nothing to do with the level of cakes. Honestly, the cakes would have got me there. It's nothing
I'm
to do
not
with
going to
that.
lie. They got me close, man. Like, just, you know.
Like, wait, so she would make these like
Like,
forever?
Are these like a weekly thing?
How much did the mom help?
Bi-weekly?
I want to know how much the mom helped. If this is her or what?
That's a good note. Like, was the mom...
Did
is
I
this,
see
like,
you cook this? Or
did
did
it,
they
you know,
just
it's
give it
like-
to you to give to me?
Good note. You'd have to check into that.
Yeah.
Also, you know, before you convert, do research. Before you got to see who's making the cake, do research.
Yeah. Let me turn the light on. Go ahead.
Yeah. And so I go, like, that's not the situation. You know, I'm telling my friend. He's like, "No." He's like, "You're in trouble. Like, that is the situation." And I go, "Okay, explain to them as nicely as you can, as respectful as possible, that I appreciate, like, being here and meeting everybody, but I just came to kind of experience this feast."
I'm not going to convert.
I'm like, "I'm not going to convert. I'm not going to marry a girl
No offense
today."
to Islam. No offense to the
No
marriage
offense to the
institution in
girl.
general. I don't know if I'm a marriage type.
I'm kind of like, you know, my persona of being a guy that bounces town to town is like probably the opposite of what.
This is what you want, bro.
Yeah.
I'm here to knock people up and not and not get found.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's you